What made you choose to become a costume designer?
I was in an undergrad performance program, and we had to take as part of our requirements, we had to take basic costuming classes, basic scenic design classes, and I took the class and I thought, oh, I was okay in that, and so I took another one, and so by the time I ended my undergraduate career, I was designing costumes for some shows and performing in some shows, and I was doing kind of both. And so when I got done with undergrad, I kind of had to make a choice: do I want to go to grad school for performance or for design? And my wife was getting her MFA in performance, and I thought, oh, we should have a little bit more, cover a little bit more ground. So I decided to go for design and got accepted at grad school. So.
Who inspires you to do your work?
Um, oh, oh, well, a lot of things inspire me to do my work. I like creating things from nothing, but I also, I'd say, this is going to sound really trite, but the world actually inspires me to do my work. The script ultimately, when you're drawn into a script, but when I see things I'm looking at stuff all the time and I'm thinking, oh, that would be so cool if I could take this and turn this into a costume somehow. And so when I'm looking at the organic world in wilderness or whatever it is, or even things like, I can look around here and see things that I would turn into things. And so it's the constant being able to create things all the time is what I guess inspires me, is making something out of nothing.
Yeah. Identify one obstacle you had to overcome.
Obstacles. It's an obstacle for me all the time, making a decision on anything. I'm terrible at settling on, from a design standpoint, settling on a design. And because I want to do, when you're designing, you have to take into consideration the talent, or the talent level of the people who are going to be building these things, the time you have, the money you have to make these things, and all that has to be going at the same time that you're going, but I really want this design to be mine. And so making a decision of what I'm going to let go of is sometimes the most difficult thing. And it's not really an obstacle, but I don't really view obstacles in my life.
How does storytelling manifest itself in your work?
Oh my goodness. Every time we do a show, it's telling a story. That's why it is we do what we do. We feel like we have something we want to say, and we find this playwright or the play that we feel this has an incredible story to tell, and you can read about it, and but when you see it brought to life on stage, there's something absolutely different about watching real people in real time doing this story for you, and it has an impact in a way that no other form of art does. And that's what we do.
Yeah. How did you end up at UW La Crosse?
I was in my last year of grad school, and that's when you start looking for work. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna be working. I'll work, professionally for a little bit. And I had a friend that was the scenic designer here through a really weird series of things, because we had this friend of mine had left mid undergrad and gone to another school, and a great deal of distance away, and ended up, I had lost touch with him, and then I knew kind of perfectly that he was here, and I heard through the grapevine, because the world of theater is pretty small, that there was a possible opening here, and I called him and I said, hey, what's the deal with this? And he said, well, you should send your stuff. I don't know, but you should send your stuff. And so I sent my stuff, and they were gracious enough to give me, and it was really last minute. I think that they were really desperate for someone, and because it was late in the search process. And so in July, I got an interview, and I came down, and I met with them, and they offered me the position at the interview. And I think that they were probably so I think that it was lucky for me, because I don't know that it would have happened otherwise. But I've been here since 1991, so
Wow.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a young aspiring costume designer?
Do the work, read lots of plays, follow your heart. And I tell this to all of our students. If you follow If you can, and I think that's the tough thing for them, to find what it is that really pulls them from the core of their being to want to do this. If they can find that, they'll find a way to do it, and they will be successful, and they will bring those jobs to them. They'll bring that career to themselves. They will. I think they'll make decisions, things will happen in the world, and it'll happen for them.
What is a random fact that most people don't know about you?
Well, there's two.
Yes.
I have an identical twin, and I am one of 14 siblings.
Wow.
So I have 13 brothers and sisters.